Hey guys, what is up? Michael here, and before I start this video, I just want to give a little fair warning. This gameplay sucks dick, and it's not that I just quickly played a game and then put it on this video. I've been trying from level 0 to 7, which, I mean, if you ever played Arkham Asylum, Gotham City Imposters, I've progressed 7, multiplayer levels, XP-wise, and this is, one of the best games I could get. I suck so much at PC gaming. Not only is it because of the mouse and keyboard, but also because other PC gamers are fucking brilliant. Because the thing is that, think about it. If somebody spends, $200 or so, a lot of times, little kids and stuff like that, they get Xboxes and PS3s for Christmas, so that's why you get a lot of bad players. But on PC, for the most part, people are, spending upwards of $800 to $1,000 to play it. It's so much more complicated, so you generally get an older demographic who's more into gaming, who's just better. So, sucking at the controls and playing against incredibly good players, this is some awful gameplay. Just a little heads up. But anyways, the first thing I really wanted to talk about is if they should legalize weed. I think absolutely. And not even just weed, I think all drugs, because here's the thing, people are going to do drugs no matter what. In the past, I think it was 10 years in a row, 60% of all drug overdoses came from legal drugs. And this isn't just weed, this is including heroin, meth, everything outlawed in the United States. Over 60% of the drug overdoses were from legal drugs, from pharmaceutical companies. That's pretty fucked up if you ask me. And I really think, though, that it's just because if you're going to want to do drugs, you're going to get drugs. If we legalize drugs, more people are going to start doing drugs. If you want to do them, you're doing them right now. You know what it is going to do? It's going to stop funding criminals. Criminals will have some illegal businesses, but the drug cartels and all those, organizations, especially in Mexico and stuff, their funding is going to plummet, okay? There's going to be so many more criminals out of work. It's going to create a lot of jobs. We can tax the hell out of it. And, it's just going to be better, I think, all around. And that way we can also regulate it. There's going to be, stances for it to have to be clean. A lot of people say stuff like, yeah, but if you legalize weed, it's going to be really weak because they're going to put a limit on how strong you can make it. So therefore, it's still going to be an illegal business. Okay, that's bullshit because, first off, they regulate things like alcohol, but people still aren't doing moonshine. And the common man is just, they're not going to want to buy it illegally. If there's weed that's not the strongest at Walmart, first off, it's going to be so much cheaper because it can be grown legally. And you're just going to go to Walmart and get a whole bunch of the cheap weed instead of, get less of the illegal weed because you just don't want to go through that hassle and take the risk and everything. I think that's bullshit. And also, I really don't think that they would make a limit on how strict it is. Supposedly, I wouldn't know, but the most powerful weed is the shit from Colorado and the medical stuff from California and stuff like that. Because it's not just made in some unknown place in Mexico or in some kid's basement. It's all, processed professionally. So yeah. So I think that, everybody should be entitled to do what they want to do with their body, and if they're not really necessarily hurting anybody, because here's the thing, okay? You should be able to drink. While I think that drinking is way worse than marijuana, you should have the right to drink. But you should not have the right to drive and drink while you're intoxicated, because by giving you the right to drink and drive, you're taking other people's rights away to be able to, have the expectation to drive without other drivers being intoxicated, to drive safely. So yes, there is some rights that you have to take away, like drinking and driving. So you shouldn't be able to get high and drive, and there should be ginormous punishments for that. You shouldn't be able to sell to kids. I heard Jesse Ventura say an interesting thing where if they legalize something like meth or heroin or, the incredibly addictive drugs, you only be able to buy it in, rehab and medical facilities. So that way, to get your fix, you have to at least go to a medical facility. Not necessarily, check into one, but at least you're physically at the building, so you're that much more likely to check yourself in. But yeah, so I just think it's really stupid. If you look at, I just think that's ridiculous that we live in a country where alcohol and cigarettes, which kill so many people, and alcohol makes you do so many crazy things that somebody can't. For starters, because if you compare alcohol and marijuana, not just what it does to your body, but what you do to other people when you're on it. I know, I mean, if you look at how some people act when they're drunk and the stupid things that they do, nobody does evil things, you know, like beat their wife or kid when they're high, okay? They just don't. So, it's ridiculous that I think that it's America, it's supposed to be all free and everything, but yet we can't put what we want to in our bodies and, you know, grow a plant and process that plant and sell it to other people for whatever. I mean, they really outlawed a part of nature because marijuana has been used and grown for thousands of years. And while I don't like a lot of people who do it, and you know, here's the thing is that this, because when you do weed, you release dopamine, so you can get addicted because you get addicted with dopamine. Same thing with gambling, releases dopamine. That's why people get addicted to gambling, sex. So I do think that if weed is legalized, they do need to make therapy that they have, like how they're in therapy for gambling and sex and stuff like that. They should, you know, create courses or help for people who can't stop smoking weed. But yeah, I think that as people, we should be able to do what we want as long as we're not hurting anybody else. And that's really how to live life. If what you're doing is affecting and hurting somebody else, don't do it. Are you drinking? Does drinking affect anybody? No. Do it. Does drinking and driving affect people? Yes. So you should be able to do it. Is marrying a dude if you're a dude? You know, do a marriage? Does that hurt anybody? No. Thanks for watching. Rate, comment, and subscribe.